I'm at the Loves now in Jonesboro, Arkansas. I'm only maybe 5-10 minutes from my pickup early Monday morning. I just got fuel, and as you can hear in the back, the truck and the blower are running. I am drying this thing out from the washout yesterday. I vented it all the way here, left the top caps open a little bit with everything open so air could flow through. It's mostly completely dry, but I know the aerators have some moisture in there as well as some of the lines. So I'm going to run this thing for about 30 minutes and let all that water push through. And then I'm going to go right over here on the other side. I'm going to park and take a 34 until Monday morning when I leave out of here about probably 4:30 to head over to Riceland Foods and load this, I think it's rice flour, but I'm going to walk back here. You guys hear the aerators running? That's that vibrating sound because they're chattering in there. Hear that? Oh, please. Whoop, whoop. Pneumatic. But I'll show you this. It's coming out of the pipe. And I'm trying to push all that out. That's what I'm doing. So it's almost dry. I'm going to let this go for a little bit. And then we'll shut her down. Still drying this thing out, but here goes the rail industry in our country. BNSF. Trucking it up. Looks like coal cars. See a lot of that in West Virginia. I don't know down here though. I don't know if that's coal. They're definitely running the hopper cars. They could be doing just about anything with those, but wow, that's a long train. As far back as I can see. So anyhow, we're still drying this thing out. I'm done drying this thing out. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough of the trailer as I understand it from a novice. Again, I don't know all the exact nomenclatures, so if you're that specific on this, it's cool. I'm going to call it what I call it and what I know it does. And if you want to put in the comments below exactly what something is, like I call this either the main line or the hot line up in the front. And if it's a specific name for that, drop it down below so at least I know what it is so I can be more specific in the future. But I want to go over some of this stuff and show you guys real quick the different controls on the trailer and just do a really quick walkthrough. So the blower unit is actually this unit down here. That's the blower. This is the exhaust can that allows the line to come out, and this is the filter and exhaust unit for that. So the air pushes out of the blower, comes up through this can, and this cap comes off. And on the other side, right there, that comes off of that mount, off of the hook, and that line hooks up right here. The air obviously pushes through that main line and down into this tube. This right here is your top air control. And as you can see, it goes up and pushes air through the top of the trailer and down. This is your blow down control. When you want to release all the air in the trailer, you drop this down, it releases all the pressure. It's somewhat of an emergency valve, but if you look over here, you see this right here, this right, that's the blow down. When you pull that, it takes all the air out of the trailer and it comes down this line and drops down out of that tube. Here in the front, this is the bottom line. This is the front cap right here on the bottom line. But that's what the blowdown is. Let's get back up here. Your aeration control is right here, and this controls the vibrators or the aerators on the trailer. On the inside of the hopper, down in the bottom, you'll see 3 vibrators that are near the valve in the bottom, and they sit there and chatter. And this line controls the amount of air that goes to those, and I'll show you down here. These right here, there's 3 of them on each one, and then there's one here on the back. These lines right here go back through the trailer, and on each hopper is vibrators, 3 of them, and they're aerators actually, and they push air, but they also vibrate, and it's used to get product off the walls of the trailer. This is your proportion valve right here, this right here, okay? And it controls the air that comes back and goes into your bottom line. If I shut this off, this is open right now. If I close that, that means I have no air through the bottom line. Any releasing air has to come either through the top air or the aerators, and I need to make sure my cap is off the back, or it's going to build up pressure on the inside and kick off my pop-off valve, which is up there. That's the safety. So that's when this is closed. I'm not pushing any air through the bottom line, but that's open. Down is open, up is closed. Open, closed. Open, closed. When I go down the road, I leave them open so all air can evacuate and circulate through the trailer. This here, this is a T in the bottom. This is where product falls out of the hopper. Okay, you can hear it's empty. Hear that hollow sound? If it was full, it'd be like a thud. But that's obviously the frame. So this is your valve control, all the way open, all the way closed. I leave it about half going down the road. There's a cylinder in there that opens and closes when this valve. So just picture inside there's a little cylinder that closes, or a little circle, a disc you might say. And when I put this, it's halfway. If I go all the way down, it's all the way up and down, allowing all the product to fall out of that hopper. And it falls down into this, is called a T down here. And it falls down and goes to the back of the trailer and exits. And there's 4 of these. So if this is a 4-pod pneumatic, so there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4 in the back. Each hopper or pod has its own set of valves for each one. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all the way back are these valves right here. And this is a separate shutoff for the aerators. Okay? As I told you, if you look, this right here, these are your aerators. There's 3 of them. If I shut this off, no air is going to this, the actual number 4 aerator. If I close it, if I open it up, I've got full air pressure going to each one. And along the bottom of the trailer, you'll see here's the bottom hopper right here. That's number 4. That's number 3, and then they go on down to the front. So on the bottom, it's really simple. You have your valve for your T, or your hopper, your cylinder, your pod. And then you have your valve for your aerator, which is right here. This controls number 4. There's obviously one for each hopper going down. And I've shown you in previous videos the line setup. This is our tank pressure. When we start, we build up pressure to number 10 pounds, and then that's when we start to open things up to start pushing product. This is our line pressure. This is when the customer says you can't go over a certain PSI because our system can't handle it. That's where we work right here. 0, 5, 10, 15. 15's the max. Anything over 15 is going to blow the pop-off valve. This is our air gauge right here. As you can see, I'm at about 9,500 pounds. Okay? When I'm empty, it's about 9 to 9,500. Loaded, I run this up to about 33 to 33.5. And that's obviously 34,000 max on a set of tandems. This is my suspension valve. And this valve right here, if I flip that, you'll see that it opens up. Well, come on. Of course, they're not going to go. I've got to get up there and move them because I'm doing a video. That pushes up the safety rails up top. Okay, and that's what that valve operates. They've been kind of finicky. I got to tell the shop about that. But if I go up there and nudge the handle, they pop right up. So that raises that, and that's a safety for the rails. Okay, and then close that up. Coming to the back is where the bottom line comes out. right here. Got a rubber seal in all of our openings. And then this is where the product releases out of the back of the trailer. This is the water from where I just dried it out. But that's where the product comes out, right there. I put my cap right here because I've got the trailer venting right now. It just leaves air going through it. And then in here, here's all my lines that I have. I have 2 long and 2 short that I use, and they're in here. So that's the pneumatic. And something that there's really not much on the passenger side. There's not much to go over here, okay? This side isn't the operating side. You do everything from the driver's side. But on this side, I'll show you, you get a good view of the aerators and the hoppers and the bottom T's down here. So here's a wide open shot without all the valves. These white things right here, that's the aerators. Here's the T. There's a flap right there that opens and you can bottom drop product. That's on each one, going all the way up, all 4. And something else that I really like about these, I was trying to get storage, as I told you guys. I'm gonna have a hard time with that with this truck. But these trailers, I actually love it. I didn't know they had this. Between number 1 and number 2 is this awesome storage bin that's built into the trailer between the hoppers. I actually wish they would have put one in 1 and 2 to give even more. You could probably spec that, but Oakley doesn't. But anyhow, so yeah, let me open up number 1, back down a half a click, and I run them at a half a click because a friend of mine told me, be smart, run them at a half, because if you put them all the way down and there is something in the road, you can rip off your line or your valve handle, and I don't want to do that. So I run them at a half, and that way they're up level with the bottom of the bottom line. So yeah, cool stuff. And I keep a broom right here and a shovel, and I actually used that when I was getting product out of this thing yesterday because I had some of that potassium chloride left. So yeah, that's the basic operation of the pneumatic. I have trailer number 1451, and so yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I've learned a lot over the last few weeks doing this. I'm really getting a good feel for it. Now it's just understanding the products and learning how to push them off efficiently and safely without any damage to any lines and to the product. So that's what I'm doing, learning that as best I can. So we're gonna go get parked over here. I'm already on my 34, and we're gonna call it a weekend. Just wanted to give you guys a quick run through. Bruce Oakley Pneumatics, and here you guys go. Whoop, Jimmy's Road Life. Whoop, right there. Like, subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed. Again, if you're interested in Bruce Oakley, don't hesitate to hit me up. Jimmy's Road Life, LYFE @gmail.com. Thanks everybody. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.